you've entered the private gaming chamber
Yes.
at the Honeypot Casino, and you've
Please
had an
shut
introduction.
up.
You've had an introduction to each of the players, but I'll run through that again just to remind you. Put you onto the high stakes table. You can find it.
And I'm just going to
there we go.
So.
Okay, so in the upper left, there's Governor Cruikshank, who is the governor of the whole port.
Yeah.
He seems to look down his nose at you. He has quite a disdainful look to give you. He doesn't look impressed when he sees you enter. He's dressed in a grey suit, and he's got a bit of a sneer on his face. He's got 500.
Let's wipe that sneer off and turn it into a frown of.
He's got 500 drachma in chips in front of him.
That's the same as me.
That's the same as you. That's the minimum buy-in for the game. But not, there's no maximum buy-in. So next position is Tony McGee. He's introduced as a slave trader from Lost Hope. And he's got a broken nose, it would appear. It's got a broken nose that's been reset. So it's quite a fixed set.
Yeah.
He's dressed in a suit. He looks quite smart. And he seems to have a cigar constantly on the go.
Yeah.
And in front of him is 1,000 drachma in chips.
Well, yeah, he's going to be fairly rich, I mean, there's plenty of people to kidnap and sell slavery here, / mutants. Yeah. Some of them are super strong.
Mutant slaves are the best slaves.
Good for lifting. Yeah, that's it. Mutant slaves. Nobody's going to miss them, are they? So.
That's true. So, and then next up is you. If we're going round anti-clockwise around the table. So, and then to your right is Jacob Lynch, who is the owner of this establishment.
Oh, very good.
He's dressed in a purple suit. He's got a wide-brimmed purple hat. He looks quite dashing. Got a lot of glint in his eye.
Does he look like a pimp?
Yeah, there's definitely an element of that there. Definitely an element of that there.
Yeah, because he is. You know what I mean? Eventually.
And he's got 1,000 drachma in chips in front of him. And then to his right is Lim Marino, who's a member of the family, of which also you've heard of Reptile Marino and Wesley Marino you've met. Yeah. But these are the family that are kind of one of the power players in the area. So they're all fairly big wigs around this table.
Yeah.
There's quite a lot of money. So what you're looking at is over 3,000 worth of chips on the table, which is quite a lot of money. So it's a nice green felt table. The room itself is quite well
pointed.
Well appointed. Some like panelled wood. A few knickknacks, books, and things like that. It looks quite a comfortable little room.
That's what I like to see.
It doesn't appear to be anyone else in the chamber apart from the dealer, who's an attractive young lady. He doesn't appear to be a mutant. Oh, and the only person who's armed is Governor Cruikshank. He's the only person who you've seen armed in the whole casino, and he's got a holstered sub revolver.
So he's expecting to lose then.
Who knows? Okay. So right. So how this will work? I'll explain how this will work. It's going to be a combination of a real game of Texas Hold'em, or a slight variant thereof, and combined with also using your gambling skill. So what will happen is I'll deal out a game, but obviously I can see all of the cards. So how I will make decisions will be kind of based on my gambling rolls, compared with yours. So if you get lots of successes and I get lots of failures, then my decisions will be poor ones. So it's going to be a bit of a a strange scenario. It's going to be like, I don't know, it's going to be a bit of a fudge of a system. We're just going to have to see how it goes.
Okay.
So,
Hopefully, I'll win lots of.
well, we'll see. I mean, I don't know how this is going to pan out. I honestly don't. And, nothing is guaranteed. And, your decisions will matter. So it's not just a case of rolling well on your gamble test. You also have to make, hopefully, the right decisions, whatever they may be. I've put a hand ranking on the handouts in Roll20.
Yeah.
So you should be able to see the relative strength of all the hands there. Just gonna go and find my dice. I don't know where I've put them. I'm gonna need them.
Excellent stuff. Just to make it easy when I'm doing it, it's like I'm going to what am I going to do? Yeah, I'll keep that up. That's interesting. That's useful to know. Three aces. Oh yeah, she's gone buff. Show us the 6-pack, Hayden, if it's there. Or have you not have you shredded it yet?
Back.
That's
have I
it.
have a shredded what?
Aros. Barbarian those. The Chaos Pirates of Death. We are. Anyway, back to
Yeah,
the game.
you're talking about your scourge events that you've got here.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. So you take your seat at the table. The room is thick with cigar smoke.
Make myself comfortable.
You make yourself comfortable. Get your chips out in front of you, and so we're not gonna play out every hand. There's going to be like little breaks. And the hands that we play will be the ones where you've got a chance to make or break a bit of money.
Okay.
And then we'll kind of swap over. So we'll play a few hands and we'll see how we get on.
Okay.
So you sit yourself down, and Jacob, who's the pimp sort of character dressed in the smart purple 3-piece suit. He's got a matching purple fedora. You'll see he's got a silver pocket watch and a little grey bow tie and a white shirt.
Mm-hmm.
So hang on, what have we got there? So he turns to you. So I'll check who's rolling.
That was me.
Just testing your rolls.
Yeah.
So he turns to you, Alexa, and he goes, "Welcome to the honeypot. If it ain't the robot lassie I've been hearing about. Now, allow me to introduce. The name's Jacob Lynch, and I'm the owner of this fine establishment."
I'll extend my hand.
Okay, he takes your hand, and he bows down, and he moves to give it a little peck on your hand, and he gives you a little wink. And he goes, my girls, they've been telling me you've been making a tidy profit off of me the other night.
I do when I can.
And
It's all fun and games.
He smiles and goes, indeed it is, all fun and games. May I offer you a drink? Hopefully I can show you some of our renowned Chula hospitality.
Well, being as this is my first game, I would like to just have something that's got no alcohol in it, if that is okay with you.
He goes, yeah, I understand. And he snaps his finger a few times, and from outside the room comes in a serving girl. He says, "I need juice for the lady here, and make it snappy." And the serving girl rushes off to go get you a drink.
My thing.
You're also aware that your combead, since you've come into the room, is no longer functioning.
Okay, I expected that. It's okay.
So from your left, the governor, he looks over and he goes, Well, I see we're just letting anyone into this once distinguished game. I have half a mind to take my leave just now. And just hold on a sec. Hello. Hmm? Pardon? Yeah. Sure, try. Yeah. Okay. So anyway, Hamish Cruikshank, he looks over and he says, "Oh yeah, I see we're just letting anyone into this once distinguished game. I've half a mind to take my leave just now."
I'm just going to say, I'm just going to turn to him like, you wouldn't allow a young lady to distinguish herself in a game of cards? What have you to fear?
He goes, "How do we know she's not got some cheating mechanics in all that fancy bionic work that she's got done? How do we know she's not recording all this?"
You'll just have to take my word for it.
Jacob says, "Nah, Hamish, why'd you have to go and be like that? I'm sure the lady is most welcome at our little game. I think she might be running some form of sci-fi cheating operation." Jacob goes, "Hell, if she can cheat, she can cheat me and get away with it. I say she earned it." And he gives you a little wink.
I'll just incline my head.
Crookshank, he looks dissatisfied with this answer, but he doesn't get up and go away. But he does take out his pistol and he puts it on the table and he starts to play with it. He just starts to you know fondling the pistol a little bit, like taking some comfort from it.
I
So
didn't know.
the,
I didn't know we were playing Scintillant Roulette.
and he doesn't respond to you. He doesn't. Yeah, he doesn't seem to like you very much. Doesn't want to interact with you.
No, that's fine. I don't like him either.
Now, there's a heavy-set, darkly coloured man with a peasant's face. This is Lim Marino. He's dressed in more comfortable clothes. Most of the others are wearing suits, but he's wearing more comfortable clothes, more like peasant clothing. And he smiles to reveal a missing front tooth. And Lim goes, "Oh, don't mind him. He just sour. Wait till he's been out and giving Lily the time of day. I'm sure he'll brighten up then." So cards are dealt. I mean, to begin with, you just start to get a feel for the game. You play a few hands, a few pots go here and there. The blinds are 10 and 5 drachma. So we'll play our first proper hand, so to speak. So first of all, I'll roll to see who's in the big blind. So it's Hamish who's in the big blind.
Okay. Are you going to keep track of it all, or am I?
Yeah, no. I'm going to keep track of everything, Johnny. So I'll deal the cards. Okay. So that puts you in the what they call in the button. So you'll have the position.
Okay.
You'll be the last to act after the cards come down, the community cards. So you look at your cards, and you have a king of tombs and a two of realms. So what I'll do is I'll put these cards up um, into roll 20. King of tombs, two of realms. So initially, the amount of money in the pot will be 5 drachma from Tony McGee and 10 drachma for Governor Crookshank.
Okay.
Let's see what everyone else has got. Okay, so the first person to act in the hand is Lim Marino. and he raises it to 30 drachma.
Okay.
Next up is Jacob Lynch, and he will fold.
Okay. I'm gonna
Jacob
put.
Lynch. So it comes. The action then comes around to you.
Okay. So I've got a king and a.
So you've got a king of tombs and a 2 of rams. So it's not a great hand. Not the worst either. You've got one good high card there. They're not the same suit. But you have one good high card and one low card. So it's not a great hand, but it's not the worst hand either. So the action is around to you now at the minute. So if you want to act, you can either call at 30 drachma,
Yeah.
or you can raise, and you can raise anything up to your whole 500 chips. Although that would probably be just an unusual maneuver. Normally, you try and build a pot up before you try and chuck all your chips in there. And you're still at a stage of the game where you think maybe I don't want to play. You don't want to play too crazily until you get a feel for the other player.
I'll fold.
Okay, so you fold. Okay. So next up is Tony McGee, and he calls at 30, but he only has to pay 25 more because he's already in for 5. And then we have Governor Cruikshank, who has to call for 20.
When you say of rams and of things, could you just use the standard card calling? It's less confusing.
I don't have a standard. Unfortunately, I don't know if I've got a normal cards anywhere. These are my Malifaux cards.
Oh, right.
So yeah. Why would that help you? Do you think?
I believe it might.
No.
Actually, no, it'd be all right. It'd be all right as long as you guide me through it.
Well, I say the suits. I mean, it doesn't matter so much. What's important is when your cards match the suit of each other. So when you've got matching suit cards, you can potentially get a flush.
Yeah.
Which is when all of your cards are the same suit, and that's quite a high-ranking hand.
That's what you want.
So if we just go through the card rankings, I'll put them there in a handout.
Yeah.
So the lowest ranked hand is just one high card. So say you're king. That's a pretty high card, but on its own, it's not really worth anything.
Yeah.
Then after that, you've got one pair. So if you had 2 kings, 2 pair would be, that's again quite obvious. You've got one pair of 2 cards and one pair of another.
Yeah, that's all pretty self-explanatory.
Yeah, and then you've got trips with 3 cards of the same type. A straight is 5 cards in order. And then a flush is the one we just talked about, which is 5 cards of the same suit. After that, you've got full house, which is 3 cards of one and then 2 cards of another.
Yeah.
4 of a kind, which is 4 cards of one. And then after that, you've got a straight flush, which is cards which are in order and of the same suit.
Okay, cool.
So you've got your 2 cards which are your personal cards. In this case, you've folded. And then there'll be 5 community cards will come out in the middle.
Yeah.
And you have to make the best hand out of the 5 community cards and the 2 cards you've got in your hand.
Yeah.
Now, what will happen as well is that'll be interspersed with rounds of betting.
Yeah.
So we'll just play out the rest of this hand now. So what's happened is that there's 3 players, Lim, Tony, and the governor, who have gone through to the next round, which is when you see 3 cards come. And what we've got here is 5 of crows, 6 of crows, and an 8 of rams.
Yeah.
What I'll do is when we add the cards in, I'll put them onto the screen. 5 crows, 6 crows. So hopefully you'll be able to see me as I update that. So can you see that?
Yeah.
On the screen? Yeah, so that's the community cards. So yeah, so you got your hand, your chips, and the community cards.
Yeah, so I would have been able to make nothing out of that base.
So what would you have had? You would have had absolutely no improvement with those. You'd have
Yeah.
still had a king high. So you've got
Yeah.
one card, which is a
Not,
king, and
it's
that's
not enough.
it's not great, and it's quite likely that you are being beat
Yeah.
at that.
Yeah,
I'll
I'll
just
leave.
roll some.
I think I did right to fold, to be honest.
Mm-hmm. So the action starts with Tony. Mood check.
I could lose it all, Hayden.
You could. It's quite possible.
Yeah.
It's also quite easy to lose all your chips quickly. 'Cause,
Yeah.
you know, if you you can bet all your chips at any time.
Yeah.
So you know, if in one hand you can lose them all, or you could potentially double up and double your money.
Yeah.
Ah.
So it's like no limit hold'em. So the action will start with Tony McGee, and he checks, which means that he just passes. He's not betting. He just passes it round to Governor Crookshank. And Governor Crookshank, he raises it. He raises it 100 drachma.
Wow.
It's quite a big bet.
It's a huge bet.
And immediately a limb. You know, limb. Lim's gonna call. Lim calls 100. Comes round to Tony McGee, who folds. They see another card. And the action starts with Governor Crookshank, who raises another 100.
Wow. It's, big balls.
And he looks. He's got that sneer. It's plastered on his face. He never seems to move the sneer on his face. And Lim goes, "Oh, I see we not playing nice today, eh? What happened to Pally Pally?" And he folds his card, but he looks quite reluctant. He looks like he wants to see another card, but he thinks better of it. And so the entire pot, which is a total of 390 chips, goes all to the governor. And that's just he looks ecstatic with that turn of events, and he looks quite smug as well as he looks around the table. Smug shank. That's exactly right.
Governor Smugshank.
And again, he starts to just fondle the stub revolver which he's got in front of him. So yeah, so the first big hand of the night, and you start to get a bit of a feel for the other players around the table, and you spend a lot of your time observing them, trying to understand, you know, who is strong, who is weak. So let's let me scribble some things down. So Tony 45,
Smugshank.
Jacob 35, Crook. Right, so I'm just going to reset the game on Roll20. This is actually quite finicky now. Why can't I do that? Like that. Stick that in the GM layout. And then we'll stick that token layout. Okay, so after the first big hand, there's you know, there's little pockets of conversation around the table going on, and Lim pipes up, and he pipes up to Crookshank, and he goes, "Hey, him, a few of your enforcers were missing last week. Rumor has it they were trying to shut down a moonshine still out in Stinger's Fork. Folk want to drink moonshine. That ain't never gonna change. I don't even know why you even bother no more." And Crookshank, he looks over at Lim, he said, "Are you correct? Seems I lost 3 good men. Don't think I'll see their faces no more." It must be that toady. He trying to rock the boat, as usual. Crookshank says, it's true, he's an off-worlder on secondment from the city, and he's full of zeal. I think he's chasing a promotion. Thinks if he can uncover some high crime, he can make a name for himself. He'll learn our ways. Elsewise, he'll look under some rock and regret what he turns up. While these two are talking, Tony McGee he leans over to you and goes, "Hey, some fresh blood." He's talking to you, Alexa. A bit easier on the eyes than these schmucks. So, what's your story?
Just here on business.
Right, business, eh? Me too. I'm considered a bit of a big man around these parts. I make my money in slaves.
A lot of money?
Oh yeah, big money made in slaves. Let's hope they're always hungering for 'em. They can't ever seem to get enough.
Well, there's plenty of stock around here.
Oh, too right, too right. I think me and you, we're just gonna get on just fine.
I
And
believe we will.
he offers you a cigar. It's quite a
I-
beast of a
I'm
beast of
gonna
a
look.
cigar as well.
I'm gonna look at it and be like, "No thanks, I don't smoke."
He goes, well, for me, see?
I'll take it as a gift. But I don't really know what to do with it.
Okay, you're gonna take a cigar. You're just gonna store it for now.
Yeah,
Okay. Right.
it's very kind of you, sir.
Yeah. Anyway, think nothing of it. Think nothing of it. So the drink starts to flow around the table. You notice that seems to be the only person who's not drinking. You see Jacob Lynch. He gets a drink poured from a special reserve bottle, and it looks like some fine, high quality alcohol that
Cool.
he's partaking of. And there's a lot of IO sticks and smoke heavy around the room now.
I'm gonna put my filters on.
Okay, very good. And Jacob he lights a thin brown IO stick, and you catch him looking at you with a mischievous glint in his eyes.
I'm gonna basically do a glint back, if that's possible in my my reticles. I'm sure I could just tap some sort of binary in there to make one of my eyes glint a little bit.
Yeah, you certainly can. You literally flash him a little tiny pulse of light. And okay, so we'll play another hand. So this time, a few hands pass, and you lose a few chips here and there. Just you're not really, you don't play any big hands until this next one, which we'll do now.
Okay.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this time it's Tony McGee in the big blind. That puts you in the small blind, which means you have to pay 5 drachma.
Yep.
And you are second last to act. Start with.
Okay.
So you look at your cards. And you have a gain. It's not dissimilar to your last hand, which we discussed. You have a Queen of Terms.
Yep.
And you have a 3 of Mass. So it's one high card, one low card, and they're mismatched.
Okay.
I'm just going to date. And we have a Queen of Terms. So it's slightly worse than your last hand.
Yeah, I don't
But
think
it depends. It depends on what comes though, so you don't know what will come.
That's it.
Okay, so action starts with Governor Crookshank, and he folds.
Mhm.
Then Lynn Marino, and he calls for 10, so he puts in 10 chips.
Yeah.
Next is Jacob Lynch, who calls at 10. He limps in as well.
Yeah, I'll call for 10 as well.
So, well, you've already put 5 in, so you only have to put another 5. You're in the small blind. Blinds are like forced bets to keep the action moving.
Yeah.
No, the big blind is 10 drachma, and that's what Tony McGee has to pay. And you're in the small blind, so you've already paid 5, so it's only 5 more to you.
Okay.
Okay. Tony McGee says, you think you can all limp in on my blind, see? And he raises it. He raises it to 30. So now things will go round again, and everyone will decide whether they want to match that or fold.
Okay.
But Tony seems unhappy that everyone's just kind of limping in on his blind. So it comes round to Lim, and Lim will fold, and he says, I can see it's not going to be my night tonight. Jacob will call, so he's up to 30. So it's back round to you. The question is, do you want to add another 20 in there, or do you want to fold?
I'll add another 20 in there.
Okay, so you're up to 30 now.
Okay.
And then last to act. You're last to act. So now everyone's in, apart from Lim Marino. What we do now is everyone rolls a gamble roll. So I want you to make a gamble test, please.
Okay, just load up. It's 49, my gamble. I'm just going to use a D100. It's been a bit slow, my, what do you call it thing?
That's fine.
So I love your dealer, Alan. She's got ice creams. She's like an ice cream dealer.
It's a little slow.
I can always rely on Hayden to find some detail on one of the tokens or something.
Listen, mate, I've got like eyes of a hawk. You got no idea.
I think they're meant to be. They're meant to be cards. I don't think it's meant to be
resin in
an
the
ice cream.
woodland.
Okay, you always do it, man. You always do it. So what did you roll? Sorry, Johnny.
23. I've passed.
So yeah, but how many degrees of
2
of success? 2. Okay. What happening, Johnny, is as we go on through the game, I'll be keeping track of the degrees of success or failure for the gambling rolls, and this will alter how people decide. That's kind of like how wise their decisions are will depend upon how their roles are in relationship to you.
Mm-hmm.
So now what happens is we move to the flop and the 3 community cards which are shown.
Yeah.
And these are the 12, 11, and the 9 of masks. So I'll put that up on roll 20. So there's 3 cards, all of the same suit. Now you have a 3 of masks. You've got a low mask there.
Yeah.
So you could potentially get a flush if one more mask comes down.
Okay.
But it would only be a low mask, and it's possible someone else has a flush right now.
Yeah.
It's also possible that someone also is waiting on a flush and would get a higher flush than you.
Okay.
So what we'll do is I'm just going to let me go through the steps. So 12 of masks, 11. Come on.
I lose somebody today. But it's not real money, so thank God for that. You know what I bought when Alan bought? I bought a matchstick. I'm gonna bring my deck of cards to the evening. When we're all a bit wasted and we've finished taggering each other. I brought some matchsticks to use to bet because I'm not gonna bet real money. I'm fucking terrible at Texas Hold'em, but I'd like to learn how to play it a bit better so that I can try and do it at the casino at the event in August.
What do I have one at the?
They do, yeah. They're really good in character. Yeah, it's fantastic.
Oh,
that's
honestly,
why
you should go. You should have come with us because it'd be a different experience with us because you're not with stressy people.
We can get you kitted up and everything.
You know what I mean? We could just chuck some kit at you. We've got enough kit to kit probably 6 people between me and Johnny.
We need a warrior mage as well. We need a warrior mage to put sleeps on people or like that. We need somebody.
Yeah, come on, Alan. You'd abuse your evil abilities and use them even on us. I know what you would be like, but it'd be amazing. It'd be like you'd be a good man to have with us.
We'll work on some kit for you, man. We will get you suited and booted, so you have fully
And the amount of role play we've all been doing, we would just slide. If we got if we role played like a little group online, with to get into our characters on the system here, and then took those to the gathering as that group, it would be really good. Because we'd already have a bit, you know what I'm saying? We could start off like that and then move it that way, and it would make it more real. And for us, as a group, we'd know what we're doing when we're there.
Guys, I'm flattered that you keep trying to recruit me, but I'm not sure that I will.
Alan, you would make the best.
About that, I'm not.
Dave and you would be like perfect.
I'm, I'd be lying if I wasn't.
We'd have to rein Dave in though, because he'd want to lamp people. You know what I mean? We'd be like, Dave.
No, we couldn't. Yeah, that's the trouble with Dave. He's like an aggressive drunk, isn't he?
Anyway,
I've met the imp when he's been sat on people, and like when he's been rearing up a bed when he first met him with Charlotte. I was like, oh dear. Okay.
So what? Let's get back to the matter at hand then.
I do love Dave.
Back to the game. So I'll tell you how the situation is, Johnny. So you've got a queen.
Yeah.
So at the minute you've got a pair of queens. I want to say sorry. I've done it wrong a bit. So the 12 of maths is actually a queen of maths.
Yeah.
Making this harder. So you've got a pair of queens that stands, which is top pair.
Cool.
However, that could get overturned by a flush if anyone has two masks. Yeah. Or if another mask comes further down the road. But as it stands, you've got top pair. But it's vulnerable. So you've got a good hand as it stands.
Yeah.
But it's vulnerable to being them improving upon it, to another hand improving upon it. But obviously, you don't know what the other guys have as well. So the minute the action starts with you, you're on the small blind, and after the flop, small blind goes first. So you can bet anything up to your maximum number of chips, or you can check, which means that you pass the action round to round to the others.
I'll check that.
Okay, you check. And Tony McGee looks around and goes, I'd fold if I were you guys. You ain't got no chance. And then saying that, he raises. And he raises
oh dear.
80 drachma.
80 drachma.
No.
Okay, so Tony looks at Jacob looks at his card. He goes, I think you might be right, Mr. McGee. And with that, he folds. So now there is just you and Tony McGee left in the hand.
I'm gonna call.
So you can call, or you can raise as well. Is also an option, or you can fold. You're calling, yeah.
I'm gonna call him.
Okay. Okay, so we go to the next hand. The next card, which is called the turn, and that's a jack of rams.
Good.
So this means that you've now got two pair. You've got two queens.
Yep.
And two jacks, because there's two jacks.
Oh yes.
On the. But you don't know what he has. So if he needed one more, how am I going to do this then? Okay. A bit too.
Three pair of things.
Give me a sec. I'm just going to fiddle around with.
Well, you have a sec, Alan. I just want to say, Dave's never been aggressive with me while I was being drunk, though.
No.
Yeah, he's always been good. It's just more like paint him as a bad guy. Just saying, but at the gathering, I don't know if it'd probably get into an argument with an infuriating nerds because there's so many there. I don't know.
We just ignore them and do our own. You know?
I know, but Dave might want to get his point across.
Yeah, we've occasionally spoken to him. Over the years, we've spoken, and then we've sort of stood on going, yeah, and then they're fucked off, and that sort of seems to have worked. You know, what I mean, so now they don't bother us anymore. You know,
you do what I do, and just carry on walking. No,
just chop them down. So
yeah, just chop them down mercilessly. And they're like, "Why did you do that?" Fun. Because I'm here
Okay.
for fun, not words.
I'd like you to make another gamble roll, please, Johnny.
Okay, let's hope I do not stop. Okay, bear with me. Computer's a bit slow. Please be a good roll. 23.
Yes, how many degrees of success is that?
That is 2. Success. I've got an intelligence 49 gambling.
Okay, so you look him over, but he's not giving anything away. You can't work out whether he's strong or weak. You don't know, but he's betting in such a way that he's at least making out that he has a good hand.
Yeah.
But you've got 2 pair. That's not bad at all. The only thing that beats you really is
Better pair or flush or.
yeah. I mean, well, no, it's possible. He could have a pair in his hand. There are things that can beat you. But you've not got you're not in a terrible position either. But let's have to wait and see. So are you betting or checking?
I'll check for that.
Hey, you check to him and he looks you up and down and goes, yeah, we'll see another card. We'll see another card. And he checks as well. And the last card is a 10 of crows.
Okay.
So we've got 2 jacks down, a queen's down, a 10 and a 9. Quite easy now to get a straight, which is 5 cards in a row. You've got queen, jack, 10 and 9 all down there. So if you had an 8, or if you had a king, you'd have a straight, which would beat you. So that card's not great for you. It puts you in a weaker position. So I'd like you to make another gamble roll.
Okay. 47. That's a pass. No degrees of success. Just a pass. I'm up. It's 2 points.
2
shy.
degrees of success.
Okay.
2 points
Point
shy
two.
of like natural pass.
You look at him again. Alexa, and he looks confident to you. He does look confident. Or maybe he's just good at putting on a
False
persona. A false persona. It's possible. But you get the feeling that he is confident. Now I did say
Don't listen to
I'm
me.
going to say
I'm
it a few times. I will have no backseat poker playing. I'm afraid.
Yeah, you're right. I'm only being silly because
Yeah.
It does.
Well,
An action does start with you, Johnny.
Okay. I'm gonna put in. Do I raise the bet? How do I do that?
You can raise or you can check to him, which is like passing, or you can fold, that would be stupid.
I'll check.
Okay. There's no need to fold unless he. Okay, so you check it to him, and he looks you over, and he goes, "If I were you, I'd fold," and he raises 100 drachma.
Okay. I'm gonna.
So now you can call or you can fold.
I'm gonna call it.
Okay. Cool. You turn over your card and you show 2 pair. He turns over the King of Masks and the 5 of Masks. So he actually flopped a flush. He had 5 cards to a flush on the flop. So and he greedily scoops all the chips up, chuckling away to himself. But yeah, he had everyone beat all the way through that.
Yeah.
Okay. That's a big pot you lost there, Johnny. So that puts you at 30, 80, 110, 210. That's decimated your chips there, Johnny.
How many
You've now got you lost 210 in that.
Yeah.
Which is obviously a big chunk of your 500. Take a 390 minus 210 equals 190, 180.
I'm just gonna look at him and go, I think I'm getting the hang of it. And then blow out some binary that sounds like a cheeky laugh, like.
Jacob looks at him and goes, "Guys, come on now. Let's not pick on our new player. Give the lady a chance." And Governor Crookshanks scoffs at this. And the conversation, so that big hand passes, and conversation starts to flow around the table again. And no one's really speaking directly to you, but you catch snippets of a conversation. Shank says, yeah, he's been trying to get a sniffer sent over to the city. He seems pretty certain they be witches in Chulaport. Lem goes, yeah, I saw a sniffer once. And put it this way, he didn't seem like the sort of guy you want to have a drink with. And Crookshank goes, I do like a good hanging. Keeps the peasants really happy. Bit of bloodlust. And Tony has a little chuckle at it. The door opens to the private gaming room, and one of the working girls walks in. She's got dark olive skin, and it's the one who introduced you to the game originally. She's got tentacles on one arm in place of one arm. Quite scantily dressed in mostly black. And she walks up to behind where Crookshank is stood.
Sucker on this. Sucker
Sorry?
on this.
Chucker on this. I don't get you.
Sucker. As in the tentacle woman, sucker on this with a tentacle hand. So.
Quiet you.
Yeah. Quiet you! Don't have a tentacle hand
Tentacle arm.
hooker, so I'll just... Where did that go? Okay, so she stood behind Governor Crookshank. And no one seems too fussed that working girls just come into, and seems to be watching the game.
That's the one that I said that I'd like to I'd care to avoid
entanglement. Yeah, that's exactly right.
Entanglement.
And she puts her hand. She's got one hand, and let's say the other arm is mutated. But the hand she puts onto the governor's shoulder. Okay, I'm just gonna.
You're gonna tickle his ear with the tentacle. Or what's going on there? I don't know. It's a little bit weird.
Okay. Right. So yeah, there's a dip in the volume around the table, and smoke saturates the room. The governor decides to up and leave for the time being, but he leaves his chips in place, which means that as the blinds go round, he'll still lose money, but he won't be able to defend them. He'll just automatically fold. But he leaves his chips there, and he heads off with the tentacled woman.
Okay.
Playing the long game. It's 1,000 chips.
Yeah, it's like whatever.
He's got a lot more than 1,000 now. He won a big hand before, so let me just he won his first hand, so he's up to about 1,200. Okay, so Crookshank's out, and another big hand is about to be played.
Okay.
Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, you're in the small blind, Johnny.
Okay.
Which not the greatest place to be because you're always out of position.
Yeah.
After the flop.
Mm-hmm.
But this time, Governor Crookshank will automatically fold because he's not here.
It's a relief.
Okay, so Crookshank folds. What did he fold? Okay, you look at your cards. You turn them over. Not a bad hand. You've got a queen and a 10.
Okay.
Different suits.
Okay.
Okay. So
I think I'm gonna lose all the dough tonight. I just have this feeling. It's I'm going blind. It's like a suicide.
Hey, Sarah.
They don't call it suicide for nothing.
It's a game hosted by Alan. You're designed to lose.
I mean, that's not fair. I don't think. Aidan. I mean, there's he's got every chance.
I'm sorry, Alan.
He's got every chance. Yeah, so it's not me versus you guys. I know you like to make
I'm
Alan
only
happy.
kidding, Alan. It's just you do have a reputation
Yeah.
before you start GMing
Your
of an
reputation
evil overlord.
precedes you, sir.
Before you even start GMing, you had this reputation of like an evil overlord. You've always played evil armies. You've always
Certainly have.
I thought we were evil allies.
maniacally.
I thought we were
You
evil
are like
allies.
an evil
We
fighter.
are evil allies, and we've vanquished the force of good many times together.
Oh man, but not enough.
Not enough. There'll never be enough.
I loved it. My favourite game ever was when me and you teamed up, Alan. And it's one of the only team ups we've ever really done, but it was like life lizards with chaos versus everybody else. We just went.
Yeah, they'd usually put us on the opposite sides, wouldn't they, Hayden? You know, for the good of humanity.
Terrific.
Okay, action starts with Lim Marino, and he folds.
Okay.
Then it goes round to Jacob, and he folds. So there's only two of you left, which is
Oh,
the blinds. And it's you and Tony McGee again. He's the one who's just taken a huge chunk of your chips.
no.
And he looks you over, and again, he's got a little smirk on his face.
Oh,
But at the minute, you're already in for 5 drachma because you're in the
Yeah.
small blind. And he's in the big blind. So if you want to call, you would need to put in another 5.
I'll do that.
Okay, so you call, and you go up to 10.
Oh, I'd love to backseat coach you, Johnny, but
Yeah, I asked specifically not.
Yeah.
I'm not
Comms
doing
not
it.
working. Comms not
You-
working.
Yeah, honestly,
Comms not working.
I wouldn't.
They want to do some real life coaching on there.
Yeah,
Okay.
you need to teach me how to.
This is partly why I didn't want you in the game as well, Hayden. Is that I think it would have just made it far too crazy if you're actually a player in the game. If you'd be, you'd make it too spicy.
Okay, fair enough.
Okay, so Tony McGee, he just he looks here and he checks. He sees the flop. Okay, so let me just update Roll20. I'd like you to make a gamble roll, please.
Um,
So your hand this time is
oh, I've got a 90. That's terrible. I'm going to use a fate point to adjust that.
okay.
20, that's better.
Okay, so you've got a. Oh, annoying. So you've got a. Expand that. A Queen of Rams and a 10 of Tomes.
Yeah.
It's just you and Tony in the hand at the minute.
Mm-hmm.
And the community cards are a King of Tomes, 12 of a Queen of Crows, and a 2 of Rams. I'll put these onto the screen.
Mm-hmm.
So at the moment you have second pair, you have a pair of queens.
Yeah.
Which, it's a hand, but it's not
It's not
nothing
great.
super. Not great. Okay, so hopefully you can see all that in Roll20.
Yeah.
So, what did you get for your gamble roll?
I got 20 after using a fate point.
That's 2 degrees of success, right?
Yeah. No, that's it's 2 degrees of success, not quite 3. I need to bump up my gambling roll. Skill. When I can.
Hey, you observe Tony McGee, and you're taking special care to try and monitor his heart rate, his breathing, and his physical behavior. And you observe him in a cold-hearted, computer rational sort of sense, and you think that he might be in a strong position, similar to how he was before. Before he wasn't sure in the last hand, he wasn't sure what he had, but after observing him and how he behaved, and then what he actually had, this time you've got a better feeling that he might be in a strong position. It's you to go first. It's you to act. You can either raise or fold.
I'm
Or
gonna.
Or
I'm gonna.
just check the action to him.
I'm gonna check.
Okay. Okay, Luxian goes, oh, you don't like betting very much, do you, metal lady? And he raises it 30 drachma.
Hmm.
So now you can either match that, you can raise it, or you can fold.
I'm gonna fold because it's I'm not. I haven't got a particularly great and as far as I can see, I've got a pair, and that's
Mhm.
it. Too dependent on like something coming down and making it better. It's like queens and tens. It's not great.
No, it's not great. He looks put out by this, and he flips over his cards and he shows the red joker. There's 2 jokers in the deck, and they are a wild card, so they can count as any card.
Yeah.
If you have a joker, you're in a very strong position to win the hand.
Yeah.
And when the jokers come down in the community cards, it makes things quite funky because there's all sorts of hands that could possibly be there.
Yeah.
So you lose the hand, but you lose about the minimum.
Yeah.
So you could have
That's
lost a
okay.
lot more. So you're down to 170 drachma. You're
Yeah.
still a bit on life support,
Yeah.
but still in the game.
Okay.
Okay, I'm going to reset the hand and roll 20.
I like your poker hub.
Yeah, I like it as well. It's cool.
Yeah.
It's interesting dynamic. This is going to be a lesson learned for Alex. It's like I really need to improve my gambling skill and my actual training of Texas Hold'em before I actually enter into high stakes.
Johnny, we'll have some time at the next event, and I will teach you
Yeah.
how to gamble properly.
Yeah.
I will teach you how when and when not to bet and what things are
Yeah.
safe. All right,
Mhm.
dude.
Yeah.
I could teach you warning signs and also when to increase bets as well to freak people out. So
Yeah.
there's all counter stuff in there when you're doing it, but I'll teach you all that when we get to thing. Not tonight.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah,
No method chicken tonight.
No meta
Yep.
chicken tonight. Half an hour passes. You win a few small hands and just to keep your chips roughly stable. But nothing too crazy goes on. And Crookshank returns to the table, and he appears a bit glassy-eyed. There's no sign of his tentacled lady friend. I'll just pick her off.
Squirted ink everywhere.
Sorry,
Squirted ink everywhere.
ink
from
every.
his mouth.
Tentacle.
She's not squid. She's not squid. I don't think she's a squid. She has squid attachments. I don't know. She
Do
could.
you think she squirts for protection? Or
I don't know, but just
Like
checking for ink.
mutant mace. Mutant mace face London.
you hear some argument on the other side of the table. Jacob Lynch is talking to Lim Marino, and he goes, "No, don't be salty, Lim. I know you Marinos still sour that you lost this place, but it was an honest game, and tell the truth, I done a better job with a honeypot than you ever have." And you look over at Lim, and you think he's been drinking a little bit because his words are slurring slightly. And he goes, "You're the luckiest man I know, Jacob. Devil's own luck, to be sure." Jacob says, "I live well, that's all it is." Lim goes, "Yeah, sure, hey. Anyways, Riptile, he asked if you would do him the honor of seeing him out in Grimm's Park. He's staying there for the next month for the Harvest Festival." Crookshank pikes up. He goes, "Festival? I heard you pig swimmers all get naked and dance around that golden idol of yours. I heard worse as well as to what you lot get up to." Lim goes, "Well, there may be dancing and other excitements, but I tend to keep my clothes on." Sure, they're good.
Chaos
Good,
cultures to learn.
Sure, they're a good time and all the promise of the harvest. We give thanks to the plenty. We keep the faith. We keep the faith. Jacob goes, well, it's not for me to refuse an invitation from Reptile. Tell him I'll make the journey on Tuesday week. I got a few items that he might want to add to his collection. I take it you'll be staying at Grimsport too? And then goes, oh, of course, I missed the festival once. I eat my fill. Granny Marino, she bake a fine pie. It's delicious. You ain't never live until you eatin' festival pie. Another hand is played of significance.
I'm just writing festival pie.
Festival pie.
Real mutant meat. Surely.
Mutant hot dog with real mutant meat.
That's
Okay. Okay, so this time Lim Marino is in the big blind. That means you don't have any forced betting in this hand. Johnny, you don't have to bet. If you don't want to, you can just fold. So you turn over your cards. You look at them. And you think, this is the best hand you've had in a little while. You've got a king and a queen of crows.
That's good. That is good.
That is good. I mean, no hand is so good. The best hand is called Suicide, and it's actually the red joker and the black joker, and they could count as any two cards.
Wow.
Is what makes it so good. So the best hand you could have is the two wild cards, but this is a pretty good. It could be better, but there's a lot worse than this, and it's probably the best hand you've had all night.
Okay.
King of crows, queen of crows. Why didn't that work? It did work. Okay, that's your hand. Move that to there.
Yeah.
You've got 170 drachma left. All the players are in at this stage. Let's see what everyone else has got. Interesting.
I've got 100 drachma left. Or
170.
170.
Okay.
Did I not make any in the small game?
All right. In the what? Sorry.
Yeah, we had like some smaller hands, like.
Yeah, you may. I mean, you've lost a bit, gained a bit, but like I say, the hands that we play, that if you like the real hands, that I'm using the real cards. They're the ones where you can really make some money, or even lose some money. They're the kind of bits in between. They're just, just I suppose a passage of time. A little bit here, a little bit there. But we'll say you're up 10 in one of those.
Okay.
Overall.
Cool.
Yeah, the actual chips won't change too much in the intermediate time between the proper hands.
No worries.
Okay.
I'm enjoying this. This is like I do like a bit of gambling when no money's involved. It's when it's not real money, it's like it's more fun. You don't mind losing it as much.
Well, I'm a big believer in playing for real money myself, but
I ain't that good.
That's okay. So
as you can see.
So we start off. So he's in the big blind. So it starts off with Jacob. Let me just starts off with Jacob Lynch. Jacob Lynch starts off with a raise. He starts off a raise of 30 drachma, 3 times the blind. So it immediately comes around to you. You can match that, you can fold, or you can raise it.
I'll match that.
Okay, so you're in at 30. Next up is Tony McGee. He smiles a broad smile and blows cigar smoke over the table. Goes, sure, I'd be rude not to. And he also calls the 30. And then we're round to Governor Crookshank, who he looks like he's taken something. He looks a bit glassy-eyed. Looks like he's not quite all with it. And he goes, yeah, I'll play 30 drachma, right? And he also calls at 30.
Okay.
He'd already put in 5. And then it
Mhm.
gets round to Lim Marino, who's in the big blind. So he only has to pay another 20. He's already in for 10. Yeah. Lim goes, well, let's keep it a family pot then. And he also calls. So every player is in the hand.
Mm-hmm.
It's the first time you've seen this happen.
That's quite
Everyone's got seems to have a bit of a stake in it. Okay.
Mhm.
So now we shall see the flop. Hmm. Okay, it's not the best flop for you, Johnny.
No.
What we have is an ace of tomes, which is higher. An ace is higher than your king. So if anyone else has an ace, they'll have a higher pair than you.
Yeah.
And then there's a 10 of rams and an 8 of rams.
Oh.
So you think even though you've got a good starting hand, it's not the best flop to see. And since everyone else is in it, you think quite likely that someone has something.
Yeah.
So ace of tomes, 10 of rams, 8 of rams.
Hey,
So at the minute you have a high card, which is just a king. So you don't have anything that's special at this time.
That's like nothing. I've got nothing special at the minute.
Okay, so first up is Governor Crookshank, and here he goes. I'll raise it for 50 drachma. So Governor Crookshank raises 50. Lim Marino calls. Jacob Lynch calls. Pot's getting quite big now. So do you want to call? Do you want to fold, or do you want to raise it, Johnny?
I'm gonna fold.
Okay, you fold. Tony McGee goes, "Oh, that lady, she never played a hand. I'll call." And so it's just you who's out now. All the other 4 players are in. Another card is drawn.
I'm getting absolutely fleeced. Like I've got no chance against these guys. They're fucking pros, man. Like this is like an education.
So the next card up is a Queen of Math. So that would have given you a pair of queens.
Yeah.
But it's still quite
It's not
possible. It's still quite possible that was not good enough.
No, it's not good.
Action starts with the governor, who raises. You know, I'll raise 100 drachma. Why don't we keep it spicy? Lim folds. Jacob Lynch. You want to keep it spicy, governor? I'll raise it 500 on top.
Wow.
So he raises it up to a total of 600. Tony goes, oh, God, yeah. Throws his cards in. And as he throws them in, they bounce around. You see that he actually had a pair of 5s in his hand.
Yeah, it's not enough.
Governor looks Jacob Lynch up and down, goes, 500 on top. Well, I see what kind of mood you're in today, Jacob. And he folds. Jacob doesn't show what he had, but he does rack up maybe over 300 odd chips there. So the governor was up for a while, but he seems to now be down below where he started. And it seems like Jacob Lynch, our purple suited pimp-like friend, is doing the best overall.
This is awesome. I'm actually really enjoying this. Cool.
Well, little bit more conversation goes over. It's Lim talking to Jacob Lynch now.
Yeah.
Lim goes, well, no, I mean, been a while since the king had come to take his due. Must be due another visit soon. Jacob goes, yeah, it is about that, it's about that time. It's been quiet all these years. The king looks after us, doesn't he?
The
And he goes,
king.
oh, yes. You speaking up? You go, the king.
Yeah. The king?
And Jacob goes, yeah, the king of the Miasma, the king of all the plenty. Surely you're not from so far off world you never heard of the king of this domain?
Will you enlighten me?
Oh, sure, they call him the Butcher. They call him the Fly Lord. He rules the plenty, and he keeps all these alien and these orcs and these dark eldar, keeps them all from our shores. He's the one who we offer protection to. He comes from time to time and takes his tithe, and that's to be expected.
Tithe in what?
Well, it depends on what a planet's got to offer, but we mostly tend to give him slaves, don't we, Tony? Tony goes, yeah, here, all right. Always falls heaviest on lost hope to pay the tithe. He'll be
Sounds like
back again soon, says Governor Cruikshank. All praise be to the king.
Hallelujah. I was going to say that impassively with no laughter.
Okay. Another hand is played. This time,
I'm going to get shocking hands all night. I just know I am.
yeah, well, can't be helped. You just need one good one. This time it's Jacob Lynch in the big blind, and you'll be first to act.
Hayden's passed out. Hayden. He'll be alright. He'll come round in a minute, in 10 minutes or so.
Yeah.
I've seen
Okay.
it
Seen it before.
many, many, many times.
Okay, so this time you have a jack and a 7 of rams. So you've got the same suit, but the value of your cards isn't super great. You've got jack of rams, and you don't have the most important card, which is a joker.
No.
Jack of rams, 7 of rams. Okay, so the action starts with you. You can you can fold.
Mm-hmm.
You can call, which is 10. It'll cost you 10 is a minimum bet, because that's what the blind is with Jacob's Spade. Or you can raise it to more than 10.
I'll call.
Okay, so you call in, you limp in for 10.
Yeah.
Tony McGee says, I see limping in's the order of the game. And he limps in as well for 10. Governor Cruikshank smirks a little bit and limps in for 10. Or Lim goes, I'll keep it family. He puts in another 5. He's already put 5 in, so that puts him on 10 as well. Jacob checks. Which means that he's already put 10 in, and he just doesn't bet further. So time to make a gambling roll for everyone, please.
47, that's a pass.
Okay, so it's just a straight pass for you, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
So we go through to the flop. See what community cards we have. So we have a king, a jack, and a 6. That puts you on middle pair.
Okay.
So I'll just put these into the into roll 20. So we've got a king of homes,
Hmm.
a jack of mess, and a 6 of rams.
Okay.
So that puts you on middle pair. So you've got a pair. It's a high-ranking pair. It's okay. It's not great.
Yeah.
Could be worse. Could be better.
Okay.
Action starts with a small blind, which is Lem. And he checks. Jacob checks. It's round to you, Alexa. What would you like to do? You can check, which basically passes it round with no money, or you can raise.
I'll I'll raise it by just 10.
Okay, it's quite a low bet. Just
No,
10, by the way.
I'll do it by 20.
10 is literally the minimum you could raise. So you put 20 in. Tony McGee beside you scraps and goes, "But the big spender." But he folds. but he folds when he
Yeah.
when he says that. Governor Crookshank goes, "I'll meet 20, little lady." And he calls. Lynn Marino falls. Jacob Lynch falls. There's just you and the governor,
Oh no.
glassy-eyed. Smells. There's a peculiar odor to him that you can't quite place.
Gotta be the obscura, hasn't it? It's gotta be something like, you know. Can I archive the odor? Is that possible?
You can archive it. I say you don't recognise it. I don't think you've got any relevant skills
No.
to recognise what it is. So it's just you and Crookshank at the moment. You've both gone in for 20.
Yeah.
So it's time to see the next card. Next card is a 5 of crows.
Oof.
Doesn't really help or hurt you.
No.
There's now 4 cards of 4 different suits. And action is on you to start. You can
Okay.
check or raise.
Can I raise
First
my
of all,
10?
no, actually, before we do it, we do some rolls.
Yeah.
Let's do some gambling rolls, please. So
Okay. 73, that's terrible.
okay. So how many degrees of failure, please? Is that -3?
That is 3.
These are cumulative over the game as well, and you don't know
Yeah.
what your opponent's testing on.
Mm-hmm.
But you do suspect that the governor is not in command of all his faculties.
Yeah.
Who knows? Who knows what dice I've rolled, Johnny?
Who knows?
Okay. Okay, so are you checking or betting, do you say?
I'll check.
Okay. Governor goes, don't want to bet anymore, do you, metal lady? And he bets another 30.
And I'll call him.
Yeah.
Call him on that.
You can fold, you can call, or you can raise.
I'll call him.
Okay. The last card, a 6 of tombs. That means you now have 2 pairs. You have 6s and jacks.
Okay. Do I have 2 pairs? I thought I had 7 of them.
No, there's 2 6s in the community. There's a 6 of rams and a 6 of tombs. So you can use both those 6s.
Yeah.
And that gives you a pair. But that means everyone else has access to that same pair. That's nothing special in itself.
Okay.
But you also have 2 jacks.
Okay.
So it depends what Crookshank has. I'd like to make another gamble roll, please.
Oh, come on. 10. Oh,
How many degrees of
that
success or failure is
is
that?
3 degrees of success. Isn't it for a quick flash? Okay. I am back. Luckily, the lid was on that.
Okay, so you look at Governor Crookshank, and you see like a little tick flickering underneath his right eye,
He's bluffing.
and you feel that he's excited from his breathing rate. You think that he's excited.
Good
You
excite
think
or
he's
bad
rushing with adrenaline. You think probably that he's very happy with his position in the game.
Yeah.
So it's you
Okay.
to go first.
Okay.
You can check or bet.
I will bet.
Okay. How much would you like to bet?
What have we got left?
Okay, so you have 60. You have 120 drachma left. Not a huge amount.
Okay. I'll raise it another 20 if that's possible.
Okay.
I'll do that.
Hey, you raise another 20. As you do so, you see the sort of tick again under his eye,
Mhm.
and he reaches to his chips, and he knocks a stack of them over as he reaches to them in his haste, and he
Yeah.
grabs 200 chips in drachma and pushes them quite rudely into the middle of the table, and they spatter this way and that way, and he goes, "I'll raise 200 on top of your 20.
I can't match that.
I'll put you all in." And you get the impression that he's really happy in his position, and he looks and feels really confident.
Okay, I don't know if this is good or bad, so I think he's going to end up fleecing me, so I'll just have to go all in.
Okay, I'm not quite sure I know understand the logic, but anyway, you see you chuck all your chips then.
Oh no, I've got to, because otherwise I'll have I don't think I'll be able to. You know what I mean? I've just got to try and play for it. I've just got to gamble. You know what I
Okay,
mean?
got a gamble. Okay, so you chuck all your chips then. That puts you
I know he's going to beat me.
down to 0. Well, I have to ask the question: if you know he's going to beat you,
Mhm.
why'd you put your chips
I don't know if he's. That's why.
in?
I don't know how
You
confident
don't
he
know,
is.
is what you're saying. Is you don't know.
I
Okay,
don't know.
so he you match his chips, and it leaves you with nothing in front of you. And he flips over his cards, and you see immediately that he has one of the jokers. He has the black joker in his hand.
Fuck's
He's
sake.
got a black joker and the 2 of mass. Because he has a wild card, that means that he can turn that into a 6. So there's 2 6s down. He turns that into another 6. That gives him trip 3 6s, and 3 6s beats your pair of jacks.
Oh,
And he laughs and goes, "It serves you right for playing amongst those
too
big
bad.
players. You've still got a lot to learn, metal lady." And he laughs and he scoops all the chips up.
Yes, I do. This has been an education.
Okay. So
But I don't respond. I don't react adversely to it. I'm like, what? I'm just going to look around the table like, well, some you lose some. I'll just have to make some more money. In
okay,
a really calm, emotional way.
okay. So I think that's you out of creds, isn't it, mate? So
Yeah,
I don't know if there's any way you can rebuy in or anything like that.
I don't believe there is.
Okay. Could ask Arnold if he's got any money, but he's not with us. So
No, I'm not.
okay, okay. So it's bad news. You've lost your money to the crooked governor, Crookshank,
I thought it
and
was.
okay. And there's a little conversation around the table, carrying on. There's a bit of
If I
laughter.
could turn back time, I'd probably not make that call.
I was a little. I have to say, Johnny, I tried to give you a few hints that he was feeling really good about his position.
Can you bear it? Can we rewind that slightly? Mess slightly, because I look how far I am from a bottle of white wine. My character's not drunk, but I am. So,
Okay, what we'll do then, I think we'll let you take back that that last
Yeah,
bit
we'll take
because
that. Sorry about
I'll make it a bit of a stronger hint because obviously I wasn't being strong enough. But
No.
seeing as you were beating him quite a bit on your gamble,
yeah,
I was trying to give you some not so solid hints that he's really
Yeah.
confident in his position.
yeah.
And so instead of calling at the last moment,
I'll fold.
you fold, and it leaves you with only let's have a look. So that's 10, 20. So you still bet away quite a few of your chips. 30, 60, 80. That leaves you only with 100 drachma.
Okay.
You still, you've lost 4/5 of your investment.
I want to keep playing because it's like it's fun, but I'm losing a horrific amount of drachma. It's I'm not getting very good cards at all. I'm not having much luck.
No. I mean, these. I mean, I've seen all the cards here, Johnny, and I don't think there's a single hand so far that you could have won. That's the way it goes. It's well, sometimes you can win by making other people fold when they've got a better hand. So you can win with the worst hand. So it's not a case that it's easier said than done though. You need to bluff the other people off their hand by acting stronger than you are. But that's easier said than done. Okay, so a bit of conversation. Go on, sorry. What did you say?
No,
I was about to say, I was about to say a bit of conversation carries on around the table, and Crookshank's talking to Lim. Actually, no, we'll go back here. McGee's talking to Lim. And he goes, "So Lim, I got a fresh batch, just to the specification that you were asking for. Maybe this time you're gonna make me an introduction." And Lim looks back. He looks quite drunk now. He goes, "Oh, how many times? You know my business partners. They ain't gonna wanna talk to you. They skittish like a deer. They only like to deal with me and my folk." McGee says, "Fine, but if you want a part of this deal, it's gonna be 15% this time. See? You don't like it? I don't mind to keep it for my own personal collection." Lim says, "Nah, Tony, don't talk stupid. You and me are gonna fall out soon. It's only 'cause you're ugly mug so bad at cards I keep you around." And Jacob and Crookshank seem to be talking again about the king. Crookshank says, "All praise be to the butcher. He gives us security and stability."
Never a bad thing like that. I'm just gonna look and just be sort of like just checking out my hands, like sort of nails and go. Just start checking my electronics on there as well.
Okay.
I'm gonna adjust my necklace as well that I've got, and then lower my. Is it hard in here, or is it me? And just zip it down slightly further so it's like a bit more open.
Okay. And Crookshank, he seems a bit more interested, He does seem to be looking at you quite brazenly. You also think that Lim Marino's sneaking a look, but he's at least trying to be subtle about it.
Yeah.
But Crookshank, just openly ogles you, and we've still got a sneer on his face. And he plays with his chips, the ones he's just taken them from you. Okay, we're going to go to another hand.
Okay.
Actually, no, we'll have a bit more conversation first. So Crookshank, he's talking to Lim, and he goes, "Have you seen it? His private collection?" And Lim goes, "Yeah, I've seen it. Reptile and me like that. It's something special it is, too." Okay. Another hand is played.
Okay. Come on, give me a fucking joker. Killer dealer. Help me.
Okay, you're in the small blind again, Johnny. So big blind for
Absolutely.
Tony McGee. So the blinds go around in order, but like because we're skipping time, you know, the order of play goes round, passes from person to person.
Yeah.
So your card, no joker, I'm afraid.
Oh, dear.
It's a 12 and an 8. It's a fairly average hand.
Yeah.
Could improve, nothing too special. So it's a queen of tomes
Okay.
and an 8 of rams.
Oh, that's not too bad.
It's not bad.
Actually.
It's not nothing special, but it's nothing bad either.
Was it 8 of rams or ace?
8.
Eight of-
Sorry, 8 of rams. Not a queen ace is a great hand. It's 8. So it's queen 8. Two different suits.
Okay.
Okay, we'll put.
I must say this is a very interesting game. I'm still learning.
Shank says, "Yeah, you got a lot to learn, young lady, about how to play cards. Still, you're welcome anytime. I think. I don't mind these regular donations."
That's very kind of you. I'd like to get involved more when I
Yeah.
can.
Ooh. So, action starts off with the governor, who limps in. For 10 drachma. Limerino folds. Jacob Lynch folds. Action is round to you.
I'll limp in.
You've already got 5 in, so you can put another 5 in.
I'll put another 5 in.
Yeah, okay, so I push you up to 10. Tony McGee again says, "He's limping in on my blind." He's already paid 10 already. He's forced into the hand. He raises. And he raises. He looks at how many chips you've got left, which is at the minute 90.
Yeah.
And he raises. "I'll put you all in, metal lady." So he raises it up to a total of 100. He raises 90 on top.
Okay.
Governor Crookshank, I think I'll let you two battle it out. It's up to you. Do you want to match his bet? That'll put you all in. Or do you want to fold?
I don't know. I don't know what the cards are going to be yet. So
You don't?
um,
You don't, but neither does Tony McGee.
I'll
Make a gamble roll.
yeah, because I'm not really sure. I need a big guidance. 80. That's terrible.
You're not sure whether he's you're not sure what cards he's got. Don't know whether he's feeling good about himself. You don't know whether he's ahead of you, behind you.
I think he's. I'm going to call it. I'm going to call his bluff and go all in.
Okay, so you call. That puts you all in. So you both show your cards. So you have an 8 of rams and a queen tome. He turns over his cards and he's got a pair of 7s. So he's got a 7 of mess and a 7 of tomes. But at the minute he has a pair in his hand, which means he's ahead. Now, depending on what cards come, if either an 8 or a 12 come for you, then that will put you ahead of a pair of 7s. If you get a pair of 8s or a pair of queens, so you would need to hit.
Yeah.
There's bated breath around the table where everyone looks to see whether you can stay in or not. First card is a 3 of rams. Second card, an 8 of tomes. This gives you a pair of 8s against his pair of 7s. And Tony McGee goes, "Bah!" It's not over yet, though. There's still 3 more cards to come. The third card, a Jack of crows. Helps neither of you. Fourth card, an Ace of tombs. Helps neither of you. So you just need to fade a 7 or a Joker to win. Last card is a 9 of masks. Tony McGee has a pair of 7s. You have a pair of 8s. You win the pot. You win a total of 200, which is from Tony and from yourself. And you also pick up Governor Crookshank's line. So the total pot size is 210 drachma.
Oh, ho, ho, ho!
So it's got you off of life support here.
Back in the game.
Back in the game.
Yes.
Okay. Now why can't I do that? Why cannot select that? Okay, so that puts you on a total of 210 drachma. Still not an overly strong position, but
I'm just going to look over and go, much obliged to you. I think I'm starting to get the hang of this.
okay.
And give him a wink. Ah.
Okay. If your mind games are getting to him, he doesn't register. He just lights up another cigar. It's not over yet, lady.
I think it's just begun.
Okay. So there's a bit more conversation. Crookshank speaking to Lim this time. And he goes, I heard the bear took one of your villages. That's 2 this month, ain't it? And Lim says, well, there is a bit of truth to that. There wasn't no village. Just a few family trappers down the side. Bear surely did take 'em. Old bear be getting hungry.
Bear, he's saying. Would that be the bear that there's a bounty on?
Lim looks and goes, well, I don't know about that. I ain't no bounty hunter, but it wouldn't surprise me. Someone put a bounty on the demon bear. But ain't gonna work. Old bear, he's a part of the bio. He can't be killed. That's what they say. Plenty made him. He the curse of the whole bio. Plenty made something evil. You see, plenty gives and plenty take. Old bear, he hungry for souls. Leave behind only a husk. Don't even eat the meat.
So he's
Yeah.
not the cute and cuddly kind.
Oh no, I mean, when you see that, you'll know why they call it a demon. It'd be the last thing you ever see. Chew up that pretty metal body, you're no problem.
Well,
And
I best stay clear.
and Tony McGee says, yeah, you ain't never seen it. And then says, well, maybe I have seen it. Jacob says, you ain't seen shit. maybe I have, maybe I ain't. Another hand is played.
Okay.
The card's about to be dealt. You could swear you hear a scream from somewhere else in the casino. It's on the edge of your hearing.
I'm going to look over at Jacob Lynch. Did you hear that? Is that normal?
Jacob, oh, no, you mind. Probably just some of the punters getting a bit too excited with the ladies.
I'm just going to blurt some black binary that. This sounds like a laugh.
You're in the big blind this time, which means you have to pay 10 drachma.
I will.
This is some of the forced bets. So you're already in for 10 at the minute.
Yep.
And you turn over your cards, and you see the card you've been waiting to see all night. You turn it over, and it's the Black Joker, also known as the Stranger, or the Enemy.
Sorry,
It's something else. Some people think I'm not going to ask. I don't want to know. But the Black Joker is sometimes thought to be a cursed card. But you don't. You're not too worried about that. You're more interested in the mathematical probabilities involved.
Of course.
So, and it's a wild card. It means you're in a great position here. So you've got a Black Joker, and you've also got the 6 of Tombs.
Okay.
This is the best hand you've had all night.
Okay.
Okay.
So you go for a quick slash.
Okay, I'll do the same.
I've been mixing my white wine with blur. I mean, just to make it take it steadier. But I'm nearly out of the Schlur. It's actually quite nice with it. Not too bad. Tonight I'm drinking Casalero del Diablo. Al.
Oh,
That's how much I've drank so far. So that. So I think I'm doing okay. Considering.
okay. Right. So, I mean, you've got about 2/5 of your starting chips. You're certainly not doing great, but you could have lost it all. So,
Yeah. It's
right.
very kind of you to.
Yeah. I
take
mean, I
into
think
account
I should
my
have.
idea.
I kind of regret how I GM'd that slightly. I should have maybe been a bit more clear cut with you. Right. So we are going to play the hands now. So who did I say?
Okay.
You're in the big blind. So it starts off with Tony McGee. And he limps in for 10.
Okay.
Next up is Governor Cruikshank, who raises.
Okay.
Governor Cruikshank. Let's keep it interesting, boy. He raises it to 30.
Okay.
Lynn Marino calls. Jacob Lynch calls. So it's round to you.
I'm gonna call it as well.
Okay, so you call. So that's another 20 to you because you're already in for 10.
Yep.
So everybody's in. And we flip the cards. 10 of tombs. 12 of rams. 12 of tombs. I'll say 12. Sorry, it's queen. So it's so the cards down are a 10 and 2 queens.
Okay.
All right, let me update. So that means that with your joker,
I can do three.
you
three
can
of a
do
kind.
3 of a kind. You can turn it into a queen.
Mhm.
So what can beat that? If anyone else had a queen in their hand, then they'd also have trips. But say they had an ace queen, that could potentially beat you.
Yeah.
Because then, because you've only got a 6 as your other card.
Mhm.
But so the only thing that really beats you is a queen and a high kicker.
I'm
But
thinking that won't be.
it's quite possible that you're ahead here. Quite possible. So you're feeling reasonably good about your position. So let's put this down.
Obviously,
So we've got queen.
not imparting anything, obviously, because I'm a mechanical lady.
Mm-hmm. Well, we'll come to that. Like how well you can keep your poker face is partly down to
Gambling rolls.
the gambling rolls. Yeah. So if you have some poor gambling rolls, you might give away, a towel,
Mm-hmm.
and that might tell your opponents that you're in a strong position.
Yeah.
So 2 queens and a 10. So it's possible to beat you. Someone else could have a joker as well.
Maybe so.
Maybe so, but it's not. You're in a good position, you think? It starts off with Jacob Lynch. Jacob, check with you.
Okay.
The action's around to you. You can check or bet.
I'm going to bet. I'm going to raise by another 30.
Okay. Oh, actually, no. Well, let's do gambling rolls first.
Yeah, sorry. Well, 57. That's a fail.
-1, so like 1 degree of failure, right?
Yeah.
Lim. Okay, so you raise 30. Action's round to Tony McGee. He decides to fold. Goes round to Governor Crookshank. And he's going to call at 30.
Okay.
Lim Marino will also call. And Jacob Lynch will call. So the only person who's folded is Tony.
Yeah.
Next card. 3 of Rams. Doesn't really change anything.
No.
If you're ahead before, which you think you are, you'd still be ahead now. Everyone make a gamble roll.
Okay. 25. That's passed with 2 degrees.
That's 2 degrees. 2 and Jacob Lynch. Okay, action starts with Jacob. Check. Action is round to you. Alexa, do you want to check or bet?
I'm going to bet another 30.
Bet. Crookshank goes, well, I had a feeling, I got a feeling. But he folds, he chucks his cards in.
Okay.
He obviously didn't think he had that much of a feeling. Lim Marino goes, yeah, I reckon you bluffing. He calls.
Okay.
Jacob Lynch quietly calls. Last card. It's the 9 of Tombs. So now, it opens up quite a lot of possibilities, this card. There's now 3 Tombs down.
Yeah.
There's also quite a few straight options. So it's quite easy to get, well, not quite easy, it's possible you can get a straight or a flush now. Now, because you have a 6 of Tomes, and because you have a Joker, that means that you move up from 3 of a kind to a flush, which is a very strong hand.
Yeah.
Make a gamble roll.
Okay. 40. That's pass.
22. What's that? Thought I heard something from Hayden there for a sec.
He moved.
Just thought I heard a little murmur. Okay.
Love you, Hayden.
Love
Sweet dreams.
you. Sweet dreams, Mr. Hayden. Okay, so action starts with Jacob. Jacob hasn't led the action at all this whole round, but this time he opens up with a bet of 100.
Okay.
Action is round to you. Yeah, I mean, you think you're in a good position. You think you should be okay. Your hand isn't unbeatable. I mean, or is it? I mean, it's you reckon you're in a pretty damn good position. It's hard to imagine what could beat you.
Yeah.
So would you like to call or raise or fold?
I'm gonna like to call it.
100. And
No,
finally, after all this, Lim goes, yeah, well, about 4 hours, so I've got a bad feeling about this. I'll let you two fight it out. And Jacob, with a little smile and a glint in his eyes, he turns over his card and he shows an 11 of tombs and a 5 of tombs. He has a flush. You turn around your cards and you have a 6 of tombs and a black joker. So you also have a flush. But you can choose to have a higher flush than him. You can use the ace of tombs. So because you have the black joker, you've got a better flush than what Jacob has. And and the pot is yours.
Oh!
Jacob,
That's
Jacob,
a big pot.
Jacob, it was the big pot. So let's have a look. 30, that's 100, 120, 90, 200. And you've bet 30, 60, 90, 190. 240, 440, 530 minus 190. Hey, you make a total of 340 in profit, which puts you
550.
slightly above where you started. Okay. Jacob takes the defeat with good grace and says, well, looks like fortune is smiling on you yet again. My lady friend, can I offer you that drink?
I'd like one. Yes, that would be nice.
No
alcohol.
No alcohol.
But I'm just gonna turn to him and give him a wink with a bit of cleavage. And
okay, he gets the serving girl again to him, and he drinks again from the special reserve, and he orders you another knee juice.
Yeah, he's I like Jake. Seems okay.
He goes, you sure you're missing out on this fine drink, Southern King? I said, Southern Kentucky. But he raises his glass to you and then drinks on his own while you have a knee juice.
Can I try and cheers him? Well, to make it a little party. So.
You'd want to do what? You'd want to do what? Sorry.
I want to cheers him and go. You have a fine establishment here. Pleasure to be here.
And he goes, cheers to your health.
Cheers.
Tony McGee is talking to Crookshank. And Tony McGee goes, I had some bad news, see? A friend of mine got the strangest gift from the plenty. Here was his head. He ended up looking like that of a pigeon. Yeah, he had a fucking pigeon head, man. And surely his wife left him, see? Poor fucker was heartbroken. He couldn't take the gift of the plenty. He got him sent a shotgun and blew that pigeon head right clean off. Crookshank looks at him and says, well, plenty surely give, and plenty surely take. Another hand is played.
I like these guys. They're like such just so casual with all like the grim shit that's going on. It's amazing. Absolutely amazing.
Okay.
I love it.
This time it is Lim Marino in the big blind.
Okay.
Okay, you'd look at your cards. It's a pair of nines. You've got a 9 of stone, 9 of rams, and a 9 of masks. It's a good starting hand.
Good
But
start.
there's plenty of stuff that can beat a pair. Especially it's good to get some players out of the hand because once you get the community cards in, any 10, Jack, Queen or King could potentially beat you. So it's often good to get rid of some of the players to start with if you can.
Yeah.
So we've got 9 of rams. Maths. Okay.
I'm feeling luckier now. I don't know if it's because I've got more drag than I started with because I'm drunk, out of character. But
Okay. We're gonna play a hand. Action starts with Jacob Lynch, who tips from his special Kentucky Reserve and folds. Action's on you. Minimum bet would be 10.
okay, I'll put in 20.
See?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Tony McGee calls you 20. Governor Crookshank also calls. And Limarino also calls. I'd like you to make a gamble test.
Okay. Oh, that's awful.
Okay. How many degrees of failure, please?
That'd be 4 degrees of failure. Or yeah, 4 degrees of failure.
Okay, the community cards. 6, 8, Queen.
3 degrees of failure. Sorry.
There's a 6, an 8, and a Queen. So
What are the odds?
a pair of 9s would beat a pair of 6s or a pair of 8s. But if anyone else has a Queen out there,
Yeah.
then
Shit.
then that would beat you. Queen and Max. 8 on courage. 6 on stone. And okay, so it's only Jacob who's out. Okay, so action starts with you. No, sorry, action starts with small blind, which is Governor Crookshank. Governor Crookshank leads with a bet. Goes, I'll raise it 70. Let him go, 70? Ah, no way. He chucks his cards in. Action's round to you. Bets at 70.
Yeah, I'm gonna fold with that because that's it's a pair of 9s is not great. You know what I mean? Unless I get a 9 open, that's not likely.
Not likely, no. The
No.
odds are very small of you getting another 9.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's quite easy to beat 9s, I'd say. Possible. So you're gonna fold, yeah?
Yeah, I'm gonna fold.
Tony McGee says, "Well, go on then. I'll see you another card." Next card is a 10 of Tombs.
Yeah, that was a good decision.
Governor Crookshank reaches for his chips. And he grabs a rough handful of them and throws them into the center of the table. Goes, I'll raise, what's all this? You count them, lady. And,
So how many is that?
the dealer? Well, no, the dealer. She's not talking to you. She's talking to the dealer. The dealer who counts them up. She goes, that's 290 drachma there, sir. 290, I raise, says Governor Crookshank. And Tony McGee goes, ah, damn it, I ain't playing for that sort of silly money. And folds. Governor Crookshank greedily scoops up the chips. You lost 20 there, puts you down to 530.
Huh? Could have been a lot worse.
You get the feeling that you maybe could have lost more there.
Yeah. Tested me to see if see if I was bullshit, which I was. Wasn't a strong hand.
Jacob, he talks to the governor and goes, so you enjoyed your time with Lily then, did you? And Crookshank says, yeah, she's a fine lady. She knows her way around. She knows how to make a man happy. Jacob says, she surely do, don't she? She's one of my finest girls. Only the best for you, Governor. And the governor smirks at him. Play the next round. The hand immediately after. So this time Jacob is in the big blind. Turn over your cards.
Oh,
It's a pretty poor hand. Four of math, 4 and a 9. I don't think it's a great hand.
fold it.
And you immediately fold it.
Yeah.
Everyone else seems to fold, and Jacob just takes his blind back.
Mhm.
Blind comes around to you afterwards.
Okay.
Means you have to pay 10.
Yeah, fine.
Jacob's in the small blind, he has to pay 5.
Yeah, that was a shocking hand. So
Okay. Next hand. Again, another shocker. 10 and a 3.
I'm gonna fold that as well.
Well, you've already in for 10, so
Yeah.
you know it might get checked round to you. So
Okay.
starts off with Tony, who folds. Governor Crookshank limps in for 10.
I'll input 10, I think, for this one.
So you're already in for 10, mate, and you're the last to act because you're in the big blind. You put your 10 in, and you have to.
Yeah.
It's up for everyone else, so you're automatically in. If no one raises above 10, then you'll see the cards for free, I guess. But you're already in for 10, so there's no need to do anything as yet. It hasn't got round to you.
Mm-hmm.
So Governor limps in at 10. Limmerino fold. And Jacob Lynch will fold. It's just you and the governor.
Oh no.
Okay, we'll see what the cards come. Well, unless lots of 10s come or 3s, it's still probably going to be behind.
Yeah.
The King of Tombs. A 10 of Tombs. And an Ace of Rams. That means that you have middle pair.
Yeah.
There's only 2 of you left, so it could be the best.
Yeah. Okay. Is it my turn to act?
Yes, it being in the big blind, you'll be the one to go first. Let me just update the roll 20. King of Tombs, 10 of Tombs. And Ace of Rams.
Hmm?
Actually, no, you don't have middle pair. You have bottom pair.
That's
As
not
in,
good.
So what I mean by that is that if someone has an ace,
Yeah.
then they would have two aces. Two aces beats two tens.
Yeah.
Someone has a king, and they would have two kings. So you've got two tens. It's the lowest pair on the board, which is why I call it bottom pair.
Yeah.
And you're the first to go. Would you like to bet or check?
I'd like to check.
And, Governor Cruikshank, he says, no fight to this one. I'll raise further. Make a gamble toss. Gamble!
We got a 2. I rolled a 2 first, sorry.
Okay, so you get 2, so that's 4 degrees of success, is it?
Yeah.
Okay, you're not sure where you are in this hand.
Okay.
He raises it 50.
Is it 50? Okay, I'll call him at 50.
Yeah? Okay, cool.
This is why it's called gambling.
Gamble.
Gamble and win or gamble all.
Okay, the turn. The 7 of crows. Doesn't really help
No.
anyone or anything. It leaves you still on a pair of tens. If he's got a king or an ace, you've got your beat. If he doesn't, then you will win. Make a gamble roll.
Oh, it's awful.
Okay. So what do you mean by awful exactly? What's
Well, it's 90. I got 98, so that's like 4 degrees of failure. 3 degrees of failure.
okay?
No,
So
4 degrees of failure.
again, you don't know where you are. But Governor Cruikshank he says, "I'll raise another 50."
Okay, I'm gonna call him on that because I think he's being big balls because he's got lots of chips. Or he had lots of chips.
He's still got quite a lot.
Yeah, I'm
He
gonna
has
call him on
bled. He has bled off quite a few to Jacob. The last
Yeah.
card is a 4 of mass.
that. Okay.
Make another gamble roll.
Alex?
Oh,
Hey
74.
guys, is that a Hayden?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
Hey guys.
Hey,
Hey,
Okay, so what did you roll, sorry, Johnny?
I got 74. So that's 2 degrees of failure.
Okay. So all the cards have seen. The last card is a 4 of mass. So again, it doesn't really change or anything. You're still on a pair of tens, and it's whether you think a pair of tens is better or worse, and it's you to go.
Okay. So I'm gonna raise by 50.
You raise it 50.
This is so bad. Such a bad idea.
Governor Cruikshank says, "Oh, you do have a little fat in you, do you?"
I
And
do.
he raises it 100 on top.
Okay. I'll put
So
100 back.
it comes back to you now. You can either call it 100 or you can raise it again.
I'll call it 100.
Okay, you snap call him and you think, snap call him with a pair of tens. And Governor Cruikshank, he spits on the floor. He shows his hand. He has nothing. He has Jack and 8. He's just got Jack. He's just got the board, really. For your pair of tens is good enough. You clean up most of Governor Cruikshank's chips that he's attempting to bluff you off the hand.
Yeah.
So you get 50, 50, and then 150 there. 150. So you win 205 drachma profit.
Okay. Oh,
100.
Woo!
And now Jacob says, looks like you got your hand caught in the cookie jar there, Mr. Hamish. And Hamish goes, right. Easy come, easy go. It's only money, right, boys? Plenty more where that came from.
Plenty give, and they're planning to take us away. I'm just gonna look around, like sort of like to get a response. You know what I mean? Because they've all been saying that. So
And there's a lot of a lot of laughter around the table. Suddenly, everyone starts laughing, apart from Governor Cruikshank, who just
I'm gonna get so fucking
just
mugged by the
looks
art.
for a angle. But everyone else seems to be having a bit of a laugh at his expense. I think it's hilarious that he's just tried to bluff you off a hand and failed so miserably. I'd like you to make a willpower test. You feel a rush of delight flowing through your body at this turn of events. I'd like you to make a willpower test, please. You're testing at +10.
+10.
Yep. Okay, you do not gain any corruption.
Excellent.
Okay, well, the night is getting on now. It's getting quite late. And most of the players seem quite drunk. Chips go back this way and that.
How many
And
chips am I on?
you're on 735 drachma, so you're actually up on where you started.
That's good.
Okay, we're going to play another hand.
Okay.
This time it is Tony McGee in the big blind. Puts you in the small blind.
Hayden, I'm winning. I'm doing all right.
Yay.
I'm on 735. I nearly lost it all.
You went down to quite a low amount, really. But
Yeah.
you managed to fight your way back in. A timely joker did that. Okay, this time you've got a 10 and a 5. Pretty awful garbage hand.
Mm-hmm. I'll fold that straight away.
Are you in the small blind? You might as well wait and see
no.
what happens.
Yeah, I'll see.
You can fold out a turn if you want. It's not your turn, but you can fold out a turn.
Yeah, I'll fold that turn.
You fold a turn, got party go.
I'm just going for a quick turn.
Jacob says, that bad, was it?
That bad. And then just laugh a bit and find it. Okay. I have returned.
Okay, you fold out a hand, out turn rather. Action starts with Governor Cruikshank.
Oh, actually, no, I'm not. No, I'm not going to fold out. No, I'm not going to fold. I'm just going to play. So I'm sort of in the game a bit more. So I'm going to put in 10. See.
Say it's not your turn yet, Johnny.
Right.
What it is you're in the small blind. That means you've put in 5 already.
Yeah.
This action starts with Governor Cruikshank. So you're second to last to act. The Governor Cruikshank folds. He chucks in his cards. Then it goes to Lynn Marino, who also folds. Then it goes to Jacob Lynch, who limps in for 10. Then it comes around to you.
I'll limp in for 10 as well.
Okay, so you put in another 5. That puts you up to 10. Tony McGee goes, always limping in on my blind. Every time. But he doesn't raise, he just checks. So we'll see a flop. An ace of rams,
Oof.
queen of crows,
Oof.
a 9 of crows.
No, that's a fold for me. It's time to turn.
Action will start with you in the small blind.
I'll fold.
You don't have to fold, you can just check.
I'll just check for that.
Okay. Can make a gamble roll, please.
35. That's a pass with 1 degree.
Okay. Right. So action starts with you check. Tony checks. Jacob Lynch puts that little feeler bet, and he raises 20.
Okay.
Comes around to you. You're not sure where you are, but it's easy to imagine that you're beaten in this hand.
Yeah, I'll fold.
Okay. And Tony folds. And Jacob Lynch picks up a small pot. The night's getting quite late. Governor seems in quite a sour mood since his bluff failed against you. And he picks up his chips and says, I'll go and find Lily again. And he heads off out. You're down to 4 players now. Getting quite late. And we'll play one more hand.
Call.
Okay. So this time it is Lim in the big blind. Okay, you have a queen of tomes and a 4 of rams. Fairly poor hand. Action starts with Jacob Lynch, who limps in at 10. Round to you, Johnny.
Okay, I'll raise it to 20, just so it's a bit more interesting.
Okay, you raise it to 20. Tony McGee says, "Sure, let's keep it spicy." And he raises it. He raises it again. He raises it to 50. And Lim goes, "Yeah, I'll play 50." Jacob decides to fold. It comes back round to you. You'd have to put another 30 in.
I'll put
50,
another
50 is the bet, so everyone's in at 50, okay?
Yeah.
Apart from Jacob and the governor. So let's just update roll 20. So you've got Queen of Tomes, 4 of Rams. Okay. And then we've got Crookshank is out. Jacob is out. So we've got Lim and
This is so much fun.
Tony.
You're reminding me of how much I enjoy gambling when it's not for actual real money.
But it's for real money. I mean, these drachma you can spend, Johnny.
Oh, yeah, that's true, yeah. In this world.
I know, I know you. I know
Yeah.
exactly what you mean. But yeah, I mean,
It's the same. Honestly, mate, I love it when we go to the events. I'm always, I go in there, I'll play for a bit, generally lose it all. Sometimes I'll win a bit, and then I'll leave it there. You know what I mean? And I just love it. I just love the rush of it. It's so much fun. Like, I mean, when you win, it's like yes. I love it.
yeah, it's
a bit of fun.
I do. I'm quite partial to a bit of gambling myself. So.
Good, clean fun.
Okay, so everyone's in at 50 now, then. So it's Lim, you, and Tony. Time for the flop. Flop is a Queen of Rams. Puts you on top pair straight away. Oh, middle pair now. Ace of Masks. So there's a Queen of Masks, Ace of Masks. And the King of Tombs. You've gone from top pair to bottom pair.
Oof.
So I'll just update roll 20. So at the minute you've got a pair of queens, but there's a... Oh no, sorry, it's not a queen, it's a jack you've got.
Yeah.
Jack of Tomes. My apologies. Jack of Tomes. So the community cards are Ace of Masks, Queen of Tomes, and a Jack of Masks. You've got a pair, but quite possible someone has a higher pair. Roll a gamble roll.
66. That's a failure with 1 degree.
Action is on. Who's in the blind then? Okay, so it starts with Lim. He checks it around to you.
I'll check it.
Tony McGee raises
Okay.
it. Raises it 60. Goes around to Lim, and Lim immediately folds. Too rich for my blood.
Okay.
60 to you. It's just you and Tony McGee left.
I'll go for the 60.
Okay. Tony smiles as you call. Next card. It's another ace. The ace of tomes.
Oh.
Well, it doesn't change anything in the sense if you was beaten before, you'd still beat.
Yeah.
If someone has an ace, you know, a pair of aces beats you, and 3 aces beats you. So
yeah,
it doesn't really change anything in that regard.
Okay.
You still got bottom pair of jacks. Actions on you.
Pair of jack.
You're gonna check.
I'll
Tony.
I'll check that.
Yeah. Tony McGee checks as well.
Okay.
Make a gamble roll.
Okay. Get 1. 77.
Okay. Last card. A 2 of tomes. Doesn't change too much, although there is now 3 tomes on the table. So that leaves a flush open. Okay, action starts with you.
Okay. So SMS. Queen of what? Jack of what? Sorry. It's got a pair, haven't I?
So you've got just a pair. So you've got a bottom pair. Well, it's not bottom pair. You've got a pair of jacks.
I want to go all in.
You're going to go all in.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's work out how much that is. So you've bet 110, 130. Okay, so that will be another 600.
Yeah.
You want to bet 600?
Yeah.
Tony actually pats at his forehead. He looks you up and down, and he's taken aback by a moment. He's totally you've hardly bet all night. You've just been putting in small bets. This is the first time you put in such a large bet. It's massively oversized. It's a huge bet. And Tony me goes, "You got some fight in you, haven't you? You strange metal lady. But I think you made a big mistake here." And he pushes in 600 chips. And he turns around his cards and he throws them down. And you see he has the King of Rams and the Black Joker.
Oh no.
So he turns the Black Joker into an ace. And that gives him trip aces to your pair of jacks.
All's fair. Love and war.
He goes, "Sure is, lady." And he scoops all the chips in. And he's just made an absolute killing. So regrettably, that puts you down to 0 drachma. And Tony has just cleaned up. I can't hear you, Johnny.
While I was ahead. Should have quit while I was ahead.
You were doing quite well until the last moment. Okay, so unfortunately, mate, that's probably probably going to be the last hand of the night, and there's no way back for that one. You didn't get any insight that that was that you were so far behind in that chance. So.
Yeah, but
Unfortunately, the big game has not been kind to you.
no, not this time.
Jacob Lynch goes, well, I hope you had a good time. I hope you took your pleasure tonight. And even though you lost, I think you'll always be welcome back at our game anytime.
I'd love to come back. That was great fun.
And and there's a few more hands, but you get the impression that the night is done.
Yeah.
And that is where we shall leave the big game.